at McDonald's? Does Cheryl Lee Ralph think Vintner is the best season of the year? When Jimmy Alex stubs his gâteau, does he run around the room? You'll find out the answers to these questions and a lot more as we play television's funniest new game show, Wordplay. And here's the star of Wordplay, that man of many words, Connie.
Hi, gang. Thank you. Thank you very much. Terrific audience, and as well we should have when we have such a terrific panel. That makes for we hope, a terrific show. And there they are. Jimmy, Cheryl Lee, and Charles. And now, I want to find out from Charles. I know that you directed The Nerd.
Yes.
And
it's in its 4th month.
In New York City.
Yes, on Broadway, the Helen Hayes Theater. If you want to laugh, and your Peter Berlin, one of your executive producers, he saw it, and he loved it. And
did he?
It's nice when friends say that they like it.
That is nice.
It's just a funny play. We don't have special effects.
Can we get Peter out here to verify that?
No, it's true. He blocked in my dressing room, but I'm sure he'll be glad.
Let's go over here and meet our players. Here is Connie Lilly, and she has $9,425. That's what she has, playing this game on this scene. She's getting married in a week, and she enjoys gourmet cooking, and that sounds like you've got it all going for you, so good luck to you. Now, here's your new opponent, Andrew Michael Buraco.
How you doing?
Tell us about yourself.
Well, what I basically am is an original kind of party animal, and what that is I dress up like cartoon characters on the weekends and entertain little kids.
Oh, good.
And so it's a lot of fun.
Good. There's another thing they tell me here that I want you to tell me about. The kids used to call you...
Oh, I was affectionately known as Dictionary Breath as a youth, because anytime they needed to know how to spell a word or what it meant, I was just come out of my mouth.
That's wonderful. Now, here's how we play our game if we have time. Do we have... Oh, yeah. We have we use 9 words, all to be found in Webster's Third New International Dictionary. And today's words are emulation, array, exonerate, inure, pitty-patty, gâteau, vintner, toyo, and oxyblepsia. And we'll be finding out the definitions of 6 of those words, and whoever is ahead at the end of that will have a chance at $5,000 in our double definition round. Also, one of these words is a bonus word, and that word can win for one of our players a trip to Bermuda. Yes, let's show our home audience today's bonus word. That's almost as good as Puerto Vallarta. Boy, Bermuda is it for today. All right. Connie. Which word would you like?
I'd like to take exonerate, please.
Exonerate. Oh, good. All right. Mr. Riley, would you tell us about exonerate?
They call me Encyclopedia Breath, all through school. Exonerate means to show anxiety. You see, I just read the biography of George Washington, who was nicknamed the father of our country, and his anxiety stemmed from the fear that Martha would find out his nickname had nothing to do with politics. More with bustle. It means anxiety.
Wasn't he known as wood breath?
Yes.
It's also known as wood breath, I think.
Cheryl Lee Ralph from It's a Living.
Exonerate. Exonerate means to relieve of all charges. See, I had this friend, right? She once got in trouble, and she was relieved of all of her charges by her husband. He relieved her of her Visa, her MasterCard, her Bloomingdale's, her Saks, all of them. Relieved of all charges.
Exonerate.
Oh, Mr. Alex, what do you say?
Well, I say I like to exonerate my girlfriend, to be honest with you, if that's actually... Exonerate, though, actually means to take a test. Is what it means, take a test. I have a neighbor lady who tried and failed to pass her driving test 40 times.
No.
Yep, and then she spent about $20,000 on driving lessons, and she finally passed, but now she can't afford a car.
So it means...
It means to take a test, okay?
Give us a try. All right, Connie. It's our opening word for today, exonerate. Does it mean anxiety, or does it mean relieve of all charges, or does it mean take a test?
Relieve of all charges.
Is Cheryl Lee right? Is that it? Yes, it is. And you got it, Connie?
Yay!
Behind exoneration, $50 that goes in your scoreboard. And Andrew Michael, you're next.
I'd like to choose emulation, please.
Oh, okay, emulation. We go over to Ginger from It's a Living, Cheryl Lee Ralph for emulation.
Emulation. Emulation is rapid inflation. I hear that inflation is so bad in Texas that they are calling the Cowboys $1.50-roos. Rapid inflation.
Jimmy, emulation.
Emulation means imitation. Imitation. Like my sister loves to imitate Madonna. You know, the rock singer she loves. Matter of fact, my sister has pierced her ear 15 times. Imagine that?
No.
It's not so bad because my mom can use her earlobe now to strain spaghetti. Imitation.
Yeah.
Actually, emulation, you were going to ask me?
Yes.
Okay. Is the sound, this is very interesting, made when a cork is drawn from a bottle, like a bottle of wine. But the most common sound made when a cork is drawn from a bottle is, ow, my eye. It means a whole half a story here. The sound made when a cork is drawn from a bottle of wine, red or white or whatever.
I guess I'll have to go with Jimmy the Smart Aleck with imitation.
Oh, is it imitation? Yes, it is. And behind emulation is $25, and that goes on the board for Andrew. 25 for Andrew, 50 for Connie, and we got a couple of minutes for you. But don't you go away, because we're going to raise the dollar amount and play more and have more fun on Wordplay after this. We're in for some more laughs on round 2 with increased dollar amounts behind the words. We go back to Connie for the next word.
And I'm going to go with vintner.
All right. Vintner, okie doke, you got it. And Jimmy Alec, vintner is the word. What do you think?
Vintner is food for thought. Now, you really wouldn't eat much of the food today if you actually thought about the food. I mean, you know, like Chinese food, I love it. But I can't order it because it sounds so weird. Like, could you go to a Chinese restaurant, look at a menu, and say, give me some gang chicken? Could you order that? Would you ever want that? And never order anything called some young. Even if it's on the menu. You don't want it. Just think about the food. It's food for thought, vintner.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't even.
You go to weird restaurants.
Charles, it's a coat of arms. In the 12th century, when knights from many areas got together, you know, for conventions and things, their coat of arms naturally would identify them. For example, a lion with an eagle in its claws might mean, hi, I'm from marketing research. It simply means coat of arms.
Very good.
Okay, a vintner is someone who sells wine. See, my neighbor is a vintner. So last week, I asked her for her best Italian wine. And she said, I want to go to Palermo. So, it's a person who sells wine.
I see. A person who sells wine. That is good.
I think Cheryl Lee is right.
You do. You say that it means a person who sells wine, huh? Is that right? Yes, it is right. And behind that is $50. And we add that to your score for a grand total of $100. All right, we go back over to Andrew now. And yes, Andrew, which word would you like next?
I'd like inure, please.
Inure, right at the top. You got it. Okay. Charles?
Yes.
Inure, please.
Inure, this comes up quite a lot. Inure is a stage of marriage. You see, every marriage, hi, darling.
Hello, honey.
Every marriage goes through 3 stages. When you're 20, you watch Johnny Carson after. When you're 40, you watch Johnny Carson during. And when you're 60, you watch Johnny Carson instead. It simply means a stage of marriage. Not good. What it means.
Yes. All right. Cheryl Lee.
Inure. Inure is a misunderstanding. I had an inure the other day in the bookstore. I really did. See, I asked for Webster's dictionary. You know what they gave me? They gave me Emmanuel Lewis's autobiography. It's a misunderstanding. Oh, give me a break.
Inure is the discipline to accept something, as opposed to outure, which is the refusal to accept something.
Oh, I see. Simply put, very good.
I hate to be pleonastic, but I think I'll have to go with Jimmy again.
Oh, he says inure is discipline to accept something. Is that right? It is. You weren't pleonastic. Behind that is $100. We had that score for a total of $125. And there you have the makings of a good contest. $125 for the challenger, $100 for the champ. What's going to happen next? We'll find out after this. We promised you more fun, and so here it comes in round 3. These are our final 2 words. Words number 5 and 6, and the Bermuda trip is still up there. 5 words. All right, let's go back to Connie. Which word would you like next?
I would like pity patty.
Pity patty, all right. That is connected to $3 amount, so you can really increase your earnings with that one. Can't she, Cheryl Lee? What does pity patty mean, Cheryl Lee?
Pity patty means self-pity, as in the singer Pity Patty Page. Yeah, well, you know. Was she sang that heartfelt song? How much is that doggy in the window? Or doesn't it matter anymore? I'll never be able to afford it. My husband's out of work with a bad back, and I got to support the 6 kids, so how could I even spare the money for a dog anyhow? Self-pity.
Very good, Cheryl Lee.
Very good.
You earned points with that one.
A pity patty is a storyteller. Like my grandfather, I'll never forget him. He used to sit around by the fire and tell wonderful stories about his days as a sharecropper in Mississippi, working from sunup to sundown.
You lie, you
No,
lie, you lie.
my grandfather would tell me stories about this, which I thought was weird because he owned a candy store in Chicago. But anyway, a storyteller.
That's a sweet story.
What is
Actually, it comes from the medical, pity patty. It means with a succession of rapid heartbeats. Now, see, my heart kept going pity-patty, so I went to see, naturally, a specialist.
Yes.
He did dozens of extensive tests, had marks all over my body, and when he finished, he said, the only thing wrong with you is that you worry too much. Stop worrying about your troubles, and everything will be over.
Yes.
So I took out his bill for $20,000, and I tore it up right in his face. And that's what it means, for the succession of rapid heartbeats. Trust me on that.
All right. We have to get a new audio engineer, and we'll get right on with this thing. Connie.
Storyteller.
All right. She says Pity Patty is storyteller. Likely story. Is that right? No, it isn't. And, hey, dictionary breath.
Dictionary breath.
It's a chance for you.
Dictionary breath has got a very nervous look in his dictionary eye.
His dictionary
He is really worried.
All right.
Go ahead, dictionary breath. Which one is it?
Which one
Do
of
you
us?
want a coin for this?
We are worrying dictionary breath.
Does pity patty mean with a succession of rapid beats, or does it mean self-pity? What does it mean?
I think my heart's going pity-patty, so I'm going to have to go with Charles.
With Charlie. A succession of rapid beats, is that right? It is right. Fine, pity patty. $300 connected to 175, so we add 475 to your score for a total of $600. That's outstanding. And you get to pick our 6th and final word. What shall it be? And don't forget, there's a trip up there. To Bermuda, I think. Andrew?
Well, I guess strategy-wise, I'll go with oxyblepsia.
Oxyblepsia. Today's bonus word was array, but he wants oxyblepsia, and that's what he gets. Jimmy, tell him about it, please.
Oxyblepsia is a veterinarian. And veterinarians are always very animal preservationists is what a lot of them are, as I am. I was at the airport the other day, and this guy tried to sell me a sealskin coat. And I got upset. I looked at the guy and said, hey, I don't buy sealskin coats, man. Seals are clubbed to death to get the skin, and I don't buy them. And this guy looked at me and said, oh, I understand, man, but not this one. Oh, this one was hit by a car. But a veterinarian is what the word means.
All right, Chuck.
Oxyplepsy means difficult to understand. That's why I illustrated that way. Like the beatnik who played a little club in Greenwich Village. You know those little clubs? Well, one night he recited a poem. He said, the sky is blue, and blue is gray, and gray is green. I am the teacher. I am the garbage man, too. Well, it didn't go over too good, so the boss pulled him in his office and says, your poems made my crowd sleepy and tired. Pack your bongos, man, you're fired. It means difficult to understand.
See. All right.
And I overacted on that one, too, didn't I?
Okay. Oxyblepsia is keen eyesight. My father has pretty keen eyesight because the optometrist asked him to read the last line on the eye chart, and he said, Acme Printing Company. Keen eyesight.
Keen eyesight.
All right, Andrew. Oxyblepsia is the word. You're in the lead. Get this right. You're going to be our new champ. Does oxyblepsia mean difficult to understand? Does it mean keen eyesight? Or does it mean veterinarian? One is right. Which one?
Although Charles's clue was slightly difficult to understand, I think he was correct.
You think oxyblepsia is difficult to understand. Is that right? That is not right. No. This is a break for Connie. Does it mean keen eyesight? Or does it mean veterinarian?
It means keen eyesight.
All right, if you are right, we'll see what kind of money is up there. All right, now, for keen eyesight, she says, for oxyblepsia, is that right? It is right. Now, wait a minute. Andrew has 600, you have 100, and let's see what's behind oxyblepsia. It is $100, and that is not enough. That means Andrew is our new champ with $600.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, it got down to the wire.
We do have to say goodbye to Connie, but the good news for her is that she takes with her $9,425. Happy marriage, and thanks for bringing the game. Good. Andrew Michael Borokov, come on over here. Born in New York, but you're now living on the West Coast. That's right. All right. Well, now, what do we have for Andrew? We have up there in our double definition round $5,000 you're going to add to your winnings. We'll see how you do after this. Step on down. We'll be right back. All right, Andrew Borokov is our new champ. Thank you very much, Charlie O'Donnell. Andrew, behind each box up there are two definitions but of a single word. If you get that word right, you get the box. And if you get from the left side of the board to the right side, by connecting boxes in 45 seconds or less, you get $5,000. So let's put 45 seconds on the clock. And we'll start that clock with your first pick.
7.
A small wooden pin, pirate's false flag.
8. Group 8.
Group of cattle
Herd.
crowd together.
9.
Okay. Give up entirely, desert ship.
Forsake. Jump. Pass. 2.
Okay. An employee supervisor to order
Boss.
amount.
3.
Scale for weighing bank account status.
Broke. Scale for weighing. Pound. Closed. Pass. 4.
Okay. On theater's upper seating
Balcony.
and second-story patio, you got it.
5.
And pull troops together in stock market upswing. And time was up. At that point, he was just going for the money because every box he gets right is $100. We'll see how much money he did win after this. We're going to go up here and take a look at number 5, first of all. Now, this one you didn't have time to address. Pull troops together and stock market upswing. I had trouble with that myself. That was a rally. It's kind of tough. All right, now let's go over to number 3. And here's one of the blocks that you had. Scale for weighing and bank accounts status. Balance.
Balance.
Yeah. And number 9, give up entirely and desert ship. When you desert ship, what do? You jump ship. Yeah, that's true. But you, how about a house that hasn't been lived in for a long time? Huh? Abandon is it, yeah. But you got in the game $600, $400 here for a total of $1,000. Not bad at all.